Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. I know it's been a long time. I'm glad that you're tuning in. May this be music to your ears. Alright, bye. Ooh, that's a really good question. Are you. What did she say? I'm a. Hold on. Let me. Gotta listen to this back. Are you guided by a sense of purpose or a need to make money? What a wonderful question that is. I think, anyway. I feel like in this day and age, especially right now, the way the economy is going, most people are driven by money because money has been made to be a necessity in today's world. In order to survive, you need money to pay your way through, basically. It's like a pay your way game. That's what they made this fucking shit into. And it's very frustrating. Excuse my French. Excuse my language, by the way, but seriously, it's honestly it's so I'm sorry, I'm getting flustered by my anger because I'm trying to find another way to say that I'm mad or angry besides saying I'm mad and angry because I'm also exhausted. I'm tired. I don't get time to think. I don't get time to enjoy life. Like, what the freak? When you're so worried about when the next paycheck, if the next paycheck is going to cover all the necessities, it's a little bit hard to live, laugh, love, if I do say so myself. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people know what I mean. And it's so heartbreaking because even on social media, you see people, well, I don't know about you, but I see people sharing their stories and the way that they've had to struggle because of needing to, the necessity of money, because they made it a necessity, but they made it so hard to get. So easy for them, so hard for us, them being the 1%, if you haven't picked up on that. It's honestly like there's so much that goes into it because it's just become the norm. It's sad to say that it's become the norm. People are used to this kind of behavior. People are getting fed up with said behavior as well, but I mean, a large portion of the population has been conditioned to be in one place for 8 hours of their day, whether it be school or work, to earn an income to pay for their necessities, their home, the car, insurance, and other bills, along with, food. And if you can afford it, a vacation maybe. I mean, that's the doors creaking, but no one's home. Was it the dog? I don't know. Bars. Anyway. Actually, I feel like I should check that. Hold on. All is well. It was just the wind. It's okay. Uh, Sometimes I just get a little bit nervy hearing the doors creak. Well, I mean, I am home just with my pets, so I think you can understand why that would be a little bit scary, nerve wracking. But no, it was just the wind. It's fine. It's beautiful outside. Back to real world stuff. It's beautiful outside today, and I am loving it. My dog loved it too. He wanted to go on a longer walk so bad, but he was panting not even halfway through. I guess that's. Well, to be fair though, the sun was beaming and there weren't many trees on the sidewalk. So he was low-key getting cooked. I could see the heat waves radiating from the asphalt on the road. Not necessarily on the sidewalk, but because there was like a little bit of an incline when I was looking down the road. Sorry, I feel like this sounds ridiculous, but I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. When I was going up the little incline, the hill, whatever, and I looked at the peak at on the asphalt, I could see like the waves of heat. Like, you know how you can see the heat waves on a really, really hot day in the summer? I could see that today, but in the asphalt. I didn't really see much. Actually, I didn't even look on the sidewalk, so I wouldn't doubt he just got really hot really fast because the sun was beaming down. And there weren't any trees to shade him. At least not on the side we were walking. But we did cross the street once he like pulled me over, and I don't know if that's why, but I feel like it is. Animals are so smart. Actually, that reminds me, I saw a couple of videos on Instagram the other day. I'll link them in my description so that way you can watch it if you'd like. But there's a lamb, her name, or is it a lamb or a sheep? Her name is Kiki, and she's immobile. Like, her limbs don't move. She uses a joystick to move around. It's so freaking cool. It's like, imagine that, an animal moving themselves. She's an animal in a wheelchair. A lamb in a wheelchair. Sheep. Ah, she's a sheep. Lamb, sheep, I was gonna add goats in there. They're low key very similar. I feel like they're all in the same category, no? The livestock. Boy, I guess anything can be livestock. Anyway, I'm not really gonna go into that. I wanted to talk about Kiki the sheep. Aw, that's cute. I think I especially resonated with it because we have the same name. Or at least that's my nickname anyway. So I was like, "Aw, that's so cute." Especially because, a little bit of an emotional tie there. At least on my part. But still, it's so amazing to me that she had, she has the brain capacity to understand that her moving her head on this Joy-Con will move the entire contraption that's pushing her, whether it be forward or backwards, and she learning how to turn to the side too. Like, it's so cool. The first video I saw of her actually was a video of her being threatened by her owner, I guess, that she would have her Alexa taken away if she didn't come inside. Mind you, it was raining outside and she had an umbrella covering her, so I guess she didn't mind, but you can't let the wheelchair get all wet and muddy. Yuck, come inside, girl. But it wasn't until she threatened her with the Alexa that she made the conscious decision to move herself towards the inside. And I thought that was so funny. But I did see another video, like literally right before I started recording, of Kiki. It was a dodo bird video. Like, you know how they do the. I think. Is it just the dodo? It is just the dodo. The dodo will make videos of animals and their backstories. And so there she was again. And so that's how I found out about her backstory. If you are interested in learning more, I'll have it linked in the description. Of course, I gotta cite my source. So there you go. But I very much enjoyed watching those videos. And it really got me thinking, well, at least it is now, but how everyone's lives are so different, yet we come together to create a society that, well, right now, In some cases, depending on where you are, really well. I mean, of course, there's going to be pros and cons, ups and downs, goods and bads to everything, depending on your perspective and whatnot. However, it's so amazing how we can just form a community despite having our differences. We still come together in some shape or form. And it's always so awesome to see. Sorry, I'm I'm just standing here smiling because it makes me so happy to see community come together. Sometimes the internet really does bring me so much joy, and I don't feel bad about all the time that I've spent on it. Even though there could have been more time used to experience the world around me. Everything that I've seen on the internet has shaped me to the person that I am today. So I'm not mad about it. It's okay. And that's that's how I try to stay on the positive side, because I feel like it can be so easy to get caught up in the negative aspect of it, like, oh my god, my screen time is so high, rah rah rah. Yeah, girl, I get it, but you just gotta, once you become aware of it, just change it if that's what you really want to do. Don't get mad at yourself for the past. There's no going back and changing that, but you can change the way you act in the future. Like, for the longest time, I've been upset with myself for not recording a podcast episode because I genuinely enjoy yapping. As you can see, I've been yapping for almost 12 minutes by myself. Just talking. And I'm having a good old grand old time here. Just me, myself, and I by myself. It's okay. I enjoy the yap. But if I enjoy the yap so much, why haven't I recorded a podcast episode, you may ask? Well, awkward silence. I'm sorry. Um, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've been a little bit lazy. And I also haven't had my preferred quiet time. Or there really is no quiet time because even when I'm home by myself, there's noise all around, which is out of my control. But I don't have like my own space to visit where I can just yap by myself and feel fine. I don't know, like, not that there's anything wrong with other people being in the vicinity, but if I can have a quieter space, I will. You know what I mean? If I can be in my own presence, which is my preference. Like, I'm just yapping by myself, you know what I mean? And if I can do that in somewhat my own peace, I'm gonna choose that over there just being like one or two people being around, being like, hey, do you mind keeping it down for like an hour so I can talk to myself? Because then I feel weird. I feel like everyone's listening. Because I know I can hear other people outside. So I'm sure that they can hear me. Even if I am soft spoken, when I start laughing or getting a little bit emotional and my voice starts to raise a little bit, well, if that moment ever happens, no, it does. It does. Then I know that other people can hear me because I can hear them. And so same goes for those around me. I just don't want people to butt in. Because if I wanted to have a guest, I would. Maybe that's what I should just do. Maybe I should just have guests to yap with instead of just yapping by myself. Even though I can do it and I enjoy it, I think honestly it would be more enjoyable with other people. I feel like I'm pretty sociable. I get along with people rather well. Uh, Generally speaking, if I'm open to it, because there are times where I just don't feel like talking. Believe it or not. But everyone has their days. Like sometimes I just, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And when I'm in one of those moods, you can just forget about it. And if I'm hangry on top of that, baby, you better hope my food is on its way, because that will be the saving grace. Because listen, when I'm hangry, I very, very few words. I become a woman of very, very few words, because I don't. Why am I wasting my energy talking to you right now? I need to recoup it with a snack. Give me something, anything, just to hold me over. I don't like when my tummy starts to grumble too bad. It makes me upset. And if I have bad food while I'm already hangry, it puts me over. It's like the cherry on top in the worst way possible. You know what I mean? uh, uh. Why was I even saying this? Anyway. Um, I don't know why I was saying that. I'm pretty sociable. I'm a yapper. I genuinely lost my train of thought. I know that I've been like snaking my way through like this episode and just yapping on and on and on. But I had a point to this. That, oh, perhaps me going out and talking to people for my podcast episodes would be fun. I think it would be fun. I'm just unsure as to what would be my angle. Like what is the topic of conversation? Because I just be talking about stuff. I guess I can just go up to people and ask them random questions that come to mind. Like this one. I'm gonna ask you guys. Feel free to let me know on my socials. I'm gonna also include the TikTok that I made in regards to this question. My question, I made a TikTok about this, is do you think Shrek would drink Dr. Pepper? And if so, what flavor? Because Dr. Pepper has a quite the variety of flavors now. I haven't tried all too many of them, I don't feel. I've tried the original, of course. I love Dr. Pepper cream soda. Dr. Pepper vanilla, of course. That was like a classic that I would get when I would go inside to Wendy's. I would get a Dr. Pepper vanilla or a Dr. Pepper cherry. Or, if available, a Dr. Pepper cherry vanilla. Ooh. But now there's flavors. There's fruity flavors like the blackberry and strawberries and cream. I have not tried those. They've been on my list, but soda is so bad for you. I genuinely try to stay away from it. There are times where I will buy it out of habit. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I order pizza, I feel like a soda to drink with it is a low key a must. I'll have my glass and I'll have water after. That's fine. But I don't know. Sometimes I will refrain from ordering a soda with my pizza. And it just don't hit the same. I can't even lie. I think it's a little bit of a nostalgia factor. But perhaps I should get into something like pressed juice or something. Make some orange juice at home. Get a little carbon. What are those machines that, the soda makers? I don't need to do all of that. It's not that serious, honestly. Soda and juice? Like it's a school. Like it's an elementary school classroom party. Honestly, those were the best. Every Once you left elementary school, that's I feel like in terms of I want to say social gatherings at school, they didn't hit the same. And maybe that's because that's like the standard. That's where it starts in my brain because it's all I know. Maybe the standard was set too high. No, but seriously, in elementary school, it was so fun having parties in the classroom because you're in the classroom with the same other 20 plus kids all day. So you don't have to worry about time constraints too much. Just it's a lot of kids, but whatever. I will never forget. I brought in, or not I, my mom. Shout out to her. Brought in cake and some goodies. I think she brought like candy and chips. I think for my second grade birthday. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to phrase that. It wasn't rolling off the tongue quite well, but whatever. Roll with it. And I got so excited because I was able to hand out the goodie bags and the slices of cake to my friends. Because to me, well, not everybody, but I got along well with the kids in my class. It was a different time. I was also low key a teacher's pet in that grade, especially. I loved her though. Loved her so much that I went and visited her up until I was in high school. My siblings did attend the same school, so it was like kind of my pass in there, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's strange though being in the building that you were super teeny tiny in because now as a fully grown human, I was I don't know, like there were so many things that were different but the same. It's like, oh my god, the stalls are so tiny. The sink is so small. Well, of course, because it's for younger kids. Like, oh my goodness. Yes, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It hits different. It hits different. And what's even crazier is now I can't even go back and visit because they tore the building down. As a matter of fact, they tore the building down for both my elementary and middle school. So I will never be able to visit them ever again. But it's also like good riddance because they were old. Out with the old and in with the new. Sometimes things become hazardous and it's just time to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Oh my goodness, what a time that was. I'm sorry. I'm feeling very nostalgic at the moment, talking about the past. Far back in the past, at that. It feels like it anyway. What year did that movie even come out? It had to have been like 2011 or. Wait, no. That was way too early. Maybe like 2013. Ah! I was spot on 2013. Period. Release date November 27th, 2013. Bah. Excuse me. That was a big one. Well, actually, it was more like mid size. Rate my burp. Is that a thing? That must be a thing. I wonder if there's like a rate my burp website where you can submit your burps so people can rate them. There's other websites like Rate My Professor, so why wouldn't there be something like that for something silly? You know what I mean? Rating burps is a subjective, often humorous. Shut up, AI overview. Damn, why did I can't believe I fell for that. I'm so sick of AI, by the way. I've been seeing a lot of things about AI. I want to call it a plant, but it's not. It's actually quite the opposite. It's a plant killer, but What are they called? AI, whatever the fuck. This is gonna bother me. Data centers. There we go. AI data centers. I've been seeing a lot of talk about AI data centers not being built. They're being rejected. Rejected. Yeah, you just got rejected. 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 I don't remember where that's from. Or is that just a thing that people say? Is that one of those, like, what is it? Oh, what the freak? Words, where are they? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying all the little references that I'm quoting because they're stuck in my brain. I was gonna say something. Darn it! I lost my train of thought. Too many references back to back. Methinks. Methinks. Me want cookie. Actually, what I really want right now is some strawberry shortcake. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but I'm such a slut for a good sweet treat. And a strawberry shortcake is one of my favorites. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, baby. But I love strawberry shortcake. Yes, especially the ice cream cake with the crumbles on the outside. I'm sorry. I got a little too passionate there. Why am I going to apologize for my passion? I love food. Probably because I use it as comfort. But I become aware of that and I'm trying to work on my relationship with food. The words are not wording very well right now. Sometimes I'm Dr. Seuss and sometimes I, baby, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm Dr. News, but that's not a very, I don't think that's a very good thing to say. Anyway, anyway, I love a good sweet treat. I love strawberry shortcake. I'm trying to work on my relationship with food and not necessarily use it as a coping mechanism. Just because I'm upset does not mean I need a sweet treat. Right. What am I, a dog? No. I'm not your bitch either. I'm just having the time of my life talking to myself right now. And I hope you're enjoying listening to me in this itty bitty bit of chaos. Goodness gracious. I'm just yapping up a storm. I was gonna say something, but the genuinely the stream of consciousness has flown out of the station. It zoomed right by. It didn't even stop. She just kept on going. Sometimes I feel like my thoughts split and one thought continues and the other thought is the one that I continue to actually think about. You know what I mean? Like there's just like there's so many trains. There isn't one train of thought. There's so many trains of thought back to back to back. It's like or I guess the train of thought is a long train of bunch of different carts. And sometimes the train of sorry, the carts on the train of thought will split, so the first cart will slide over to one track, but the rest of the cars will continue on a different path type beat. You know what I mean? And sometimes we're trying to get in contact with the other cart that's just on a track by itself, but we forget about it. It's out of reach. Can you imagine that in your brain the way that I'm imagining it? Like, I wish, sometimes I genuinely wish that I could take the picture that I illustrated in my brain and just put it, project it onto like a screen. Like, not, I don't want to have to draw it out. I'm not gonna lie. I don't necessarily consider myself an artist in that way. I feel like I'm more of an artist with words, perhaps, and photography, like capturing things in moments, in the moment, with a camera of some sort. But you know what's funny? Or, I don't know. Funny to me, not funny, haha. Funny, weird. The only kind of photography I've really delved into is photography on my phone camera. I've never gone out of my way to buy myself a camera. And part of me, at least in this moment, feels like it's because I'm afraid of what I can do, afraid of how good I can be with the pictures on a professional, on a camera with more depth in the lens. Oh my goodness. The people will love to see me coming. But my issue has been I've had so much trouble sharing the pictures I take right now. I can only imagine how many pictures I would hoard to myself on a camera. Or maybe that would be the turning point, me taking a picture on a camera of my own and being so thrilled with the outcome, feeling like I need to share it with the world. Hmm. That would be such an amazing, like, turn of events. I do I feel like I say this frequently on here, but I just have trouble following through with the action for some reason. It's not a fear of failure, it's a fear of the success. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. That sounds so snarky, especially in the tone that I said it. I'm so sorry. I genuinely don't mean it that way. And you know what? It's definitely 50-50 fear of success, fear of failure. But that's crazy. Why would you be scared of both, baby? Because I don't know what I would do with either. So I guess, in a way, prefer to just continue on with what I know. Staying safe in the safe zone. And that's so lame of me. I gotta step out of my comfort zone a bit more. But you know what? I have. This is low key me having a therapy session with myself. Not licensed or anything. I'm just yapping. It's whatever. Not whatever, but you know, it's a moment. She is the moment. What was I going to say? Backtracking. Darn! The train car is too far. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, my comfort zone. There we go. I have been getting out of my comfort zone a bit more. As a matter of fact, I went to a concert on my own last month because it wasn't this month. Oh my goodness, March. April's almost over. That's crazy. March is about to be 2 months ago. Ah! Anyway, sorry. Sometimes the realizations that I come to will fucking throw me for a loop in the moment. Like I gotta let out a little whisper scream, little whisper yell. You know what I mean? Anyway, um, I've been stepping out of my comfort zone. I went to a concert on my own last month. I took the train there all by myself. I went to see Artemis at Big Night Live. I've never been to that venue before, but since it's quite literally attached to TD Garden, I knew my way there. already. So that was awesome. It was quite drizzly that day, and I was so annoyed because I didn't check my charger before I took it out with me. I was leaving in a little bit of a rush that day. So I just figured it was working because it did it last time. And when I was on the train ride there, my wire was not working. My phone was not charging. And my portable charger was charged fully. And I wasn't so worried about my phone dying because I have a portable charger. That's the whole point of me bringing it. So I don't have to worry about my battery percentage. But lo and behold, the wire wasn't working. So I had to make a stop at a very expensive pharmacy and pay an overpriced price, fee, whatever, for a charger so I could charge my phone. I'm just grateful that they had them, you know? But I was a little bit annoyed because when I came back, and well, when I came back and I cleaned my room, I ended up finding like a box with a brand new charger because sometimes I over prepare for things by buying things that I don't need in the moment but could be useful in the future when they're on clearance, preferably. And I store them away for later and I forget that I have them until I run into them when I'm cleaning or something. And so I was cleaning the other day and I found a box with the charger that I could have used for that concert. But that's okay because now I still have an extra charger, so but I boo, jokes on me because I still paid the overpriced fee for said charger. Anyway, moral of the story is check your chargers the day before. Pack your things the day before. Make life easier for yourself. Don't be like me. And when you are going to concerts, always, always, always check their bag requirements. Or like, what's the better way to phrase that? Always, always, always check their bag policy. See what size bag you are allowed to bring because some venues will not let you bring your cutie little backpack, your cutie little purse. It needs to be a handheld wallet or a clear bag, depending on the venue. And even if it's a clear bag, sometimes it has to be a specific size. So, just a little advice from me. Don't learn the hard way. I mean, sometimes they have those little lockers available for you to spend some monies on. But if you're balling on a budget, make sure you check them bag requirements before you go to the venue because you just might be throwing away your favorite purse. And it's so sad. I've heard people will literally throw away their bags because they don't want to pay for a locker, they don't want to wait in line to pay for a locker, or they just they don't want to go back to their car. They don't have a car to go back to, so they end up throwing away their purse and just taking all their belongings out of it. That would crush me. Crush me. I'd rather pay the fee than throw my backpack away. I'm sorry. You gonna get me. That's where the capitalism shit comes in. Cause why am I paying $20 for you to hold my backpack? Not even in a locker. Like at that point you should have given me a discount. At least $5 off. Like you put a zip tie on it and you're keeping it in a bucket. Like come on. Be so for real. That low key pissed me off. Like $20 for a zip tie. I mean, thank you for watching my bag. When I got it back, it was open, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember if it was because I left it open because I was taking stuff out of it to bring with me inside, like my chapstick and my wallet. So there wasn't really anything of crazy importance in there, so I wasn't worried. It was more so like my keys and like a lotion, hand sanitizer, that kind of thing. Like I can, well, live without my keys, but you don't know where I live, so why would you take my keys? That'd be the most obvious thing to have go missing. So, anyway, I wasn't worried about that. But like I said, I think it was for me because my friend got her bag back and it wasn't open. I didn't see anybody else's bags open. I don't remember seeing anybody else's bags open. Could be wrong. But that's my experience. I love concerts though. They're so rejuvenating in a way. Like there's just something about live music, feeling like the percussion instruments and the strings and the vocals in person and the special effects that may or may not occur on stage. You know, some people will have like the smoke, the fog, the fireworks depending on the venue, you know. It's such a thrilling experience. I love it so much. I'm a little bit sad though. I'm having a little bit of FOMO in this moment because there was a concert that I allowed to slip between my fingers, as in I could have attended. I even went out of my way to make it so I could go because I was low-key scheduled to work, but I ended up not going when I should have just gone for the experience. For the experience! Because it would have been so fun. Concerts are always so fun. I wanted to see the neighborhood. And so I ended up going into work earlier so I could leave earlier and possibly catch the train to go see him perform. But I'm not gonna lie, his ticket prices were still quite pricey by the time I was on my way out, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. And so I didn't. But I saw clips afterwards, and I heard so many good things, and the FOMO set in, so I was a little bit upset with myself. However, it's okay because not everything is meant for me. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Confirmation burp, period. Not everything is meant for me, so it's okay to allow some things to pass me by. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But I'm having a little bit of a full circle moment. I'm not going to beat myself up about it because I can't change anything from the past. But I will do my best to attend any future shows that I feel so inclined to go to. Very privileged of me to say. But if I have the opportunity to live the experience, why not? Sometimes I feel bad for having fun. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes being on social media and seeing both sides of the spectrum, I guess you can say, in terms of how people live day to day, like you can see the extreme. Ooh, I don't even know. I was gonna say neglect, but literal torture that people have to endure on a day to day basis in some countries. And then seeing the lavish lifestyles that people have built by sharing their lifestyles online. So it's a little bit hard for me to enjoy the things in my life on a day to day, knowing that there are so many people who aren't even allotted half of a good day that I'm having. You know? So sometimes I feel like I get a little too woke, a little too aware of the things that are going on, and it makes it hard for me to have fun. And then I end up getting like stuck on my own. But very much a me thing. I'm sure that there are other people who feel similarly somewhere. But I'm trying my best to come to terms with I can only control myself and I still need to live for me myself and I can do my best to spread awareness and help those that I can that are within my reach, within my limitations for this time being at least, but that doesn't mean I have to stop and stay stagnant, stay stuck in place, you know? It's a little bit it's it's easier said than done. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. It was even hard for me to say, but even still it's easier said than done. Still learning, still allowing there to be room to grow. There's always room to grow. There's always ways to get better, to do more. But that doesn't mean that I have to take from myself to do more. And I can still do for others while giving to myself, while enjoying myself. Like, for example, podcast episode. I'm having fun just chitting and chatting, yipping and yapping by myself. Essentially, maybe you'll pick up on something that I said, maybe something that I said in today's episode stuck out to you. And it'll help you in some shape or form, or it altered your perspective a little bit in a, I don't know, good or bad way. That's up for you to decide. It's all subjective anyway. But this, I feel like, is a way of me doing my part in helping those that are near and far because it's on the internet. My little portion of the internet, my little corner of the internet, if you will. And I hope to leave a good impression and be a good influence. Even though I'm not perfect, nobody is. Still think for yourself and correct me when I'm wrong, of course, because baby, I don't know everything. I'm still learning. But I do hope to at least be a good influence. There are there's some things that may seem or feel simple to me, feel like common knowledge, common sense, if you will, to me, but others have no clue, which is okay. Not everybody knows everything, and that's okay. Sometimes it feels a little ridiculous to say, but there are so many things to know. So many things in this world that you can know. And there are the things you know, the things you don't know, and the things you don't know that you don't know. Like they're completely unfathomable to you and your brain at this very moment. But something as small as a little interaction, a little picture, or video, or anything can open your mind up to the idea of that thing. All because you were there in that moment, seeing that picture, video, or hearing the song. Think about there are so many songs that you don't know. For example, there are so many songs that you don't know. You just don't know. There are songs you don't know, like, oh, I heard so and so dropped an album recently, but I haven't listened to it yet. So you know that you don't know the songs on that album. But there are so many artists that you have yet to discover, yet to hear the names of, that have released music and you don't even know it. You know what I mean? So there's just so much information out there. And honestly, that can be very daunting to think about because I get quite a bit of analysis paralysis. I'm not going to lie. Some mornings I'll wake up, and if I don't have like a time to be somewhere, I very much get stuck. Or I can very much get stuck in analysis paralysis. I don't always. Sometimes I'll like set goals for myself. Like, okay, today I'm gonna do this, this, and that. But some days I just like, oh my god, I don't have anything set to do today. I'm not hanging out with anybody. I don't have work today. I don't have to do any chores right in this moment. Or like, like there are things that I've been putting off that are on the list, but they've been on the list for a long time and I don't know where I want to start or what I want to start with. And so I get a little bit of analysis paralysis and I get a little bit stuck. But sometimes you just need to start. You just need to start. Like this podcast episode, for example. I just turned on the microphone and started yapping. I didn't even say my intro. And part of it is because I used to like having to do this with just one take, not no cuts, no edits, whatever, who cares? If you want to listen all the way through, I appreciate you. Thank you. And if you don't enjoy like the awkward silences and me pausing to think and the real life moments, okay, that's fine, whatever, goodbye. That rhymed. Am I Dr. Seuss or what? Oh, bars, love it, love to see it. But so anyway, what I was gonna say was usually I would like to do it with no cuts, just me talking. So I would talk for a little bit, say my intro, and then talk for the rest of the episode. And then, say my outro and whatnot. But today I got into it with the yapping. Just didn't stop yapping. There wasn't a transition. I didn't say my intro. So I'm probably going to cut in me saying the intro at the beginning. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. I haven't said my intro in a long time. Well, actually, that's not true because I did attempt to record some podcast episodes in recent times, but excuse me, it got to a point where I was no longer by myself and I didn't want to do an episode. I'm sorry, but it's it's okay because we're here now. I think I've been stepping out of my comfort zone in other aspects of my life. I think I need to step out of my comfort zone with my podcast and perhaps take it to the streets. I don't know. I'm going to start talking to other people that are not just me, not just people that I know, strangers. There's so much to learn from other people. Like, what's your specialty? I don't know what my specialty is. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I try to stay a little bit rounded in that I'm sure that there's a niche that I know a lot of that's really just not sticking out to me in this moment. But I feel like I have random fun facts for different things, different subjects. Random fun facts for different subjects. Mm. Hmm. So I don't know. Some people just have their special interest. They love it. They eat, sleep, breathe it. They know it inside and out. Inside and out. I don't really feel like I have a special interest. And as I say that, I start to think about Shrek. Actually, as a matter of fact, I went to go see Shrek the musical. And it was so awesome. I had so much fun. And it was a local thing. It was a community thing. I have a pamphlet somewhere. Oh, I found it. Shrek the Musical, based on the DreamWorks animation motion picture and the book by William Steig. Steig? I'm unsure on the pronunciation on that one. But it's no longer being performed because it was a 2 weekend thing, I believe. If I recall correctly, it was just for 2 weekends. But I saw them on the Friday, the later showing, and it was honestly awesome. Lord Farquaad was the star of the show. I'm not gonna lie. They put their foot in it. It was so funny too. I wish I could have recorded, but no photography, no videography. I'm gonna respect it. That's okay. I was living it in the moment. The band was awesome too. They did such a good job. Everyone on stage did a good job, but there were some of the more main characters. There were some that stuck out more than others. Honestly, the main group, like Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, the dragon. Ooh, girl, the vocals. She ate. They all ate. Their vocals were top tier. They honestly they did good. They did good. Shrek Shrek surprised me quite a bit. He ate though. He ate. And Gingy and the wolf. Oh my god. Man, I hope they recorded it and put it on YouTube or something cuz honestly they did a really really good job. I enjoyed it. I would have gone to see them again. I would go to see them again actually. Not even past tense. And I got a little bit dressed up because I have a green velvet dress that is reminiscent to me of Fiona's dress, her green dress. It's not long sleeves. It's actually like a spaghetti strap. But the green velvet and it has gold stars on it. It reminds me of Fiona's green dress. I don't know if her dress is velvet or not, but it looks like it would be. Mm. That's a little bit hot in a tower surrounded by lava. But whatever the case may be, I got a little dressed up. I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. If you ever get a chance to see something fun put on locally, I think you should support the community. It's another full circle moment. Connect with the community a little bit. It's fun. I don't know if that's something that I would do myself. I don't want to say no entirely. Low key have a little bit of stage fright. Not gonna hold you. But I I'm a big girl. I can get over it. I can get over it for sure. But enough to be on a musical, be on stage, remember all my lines and sing them. Honestly, I feel like that'd be pretty cool. That'd be really fun. I'm not opposed to it entirely. It's just something out of my it feels like something out of my realm, but I can definitely work my way there. I saw Megan the Stallion is going to be playing a role on in a musical too, and almost got tickets to go, but they were crazy expensive. I did not think that the musical would be $400 a ticket. Yeah. Also, took a peek at some World Cup tickets. Why are they four figures minimum? Four figures minimum. The sports bros are paying this? Oh my god. I did not know. And I thought my concert ticket prices were crazy. Four figures for FIFA. Well, not FIFA. World Cup. Is it FIFA World Cup? World Cup soccer. I call it to me to me all soccer is FIFA because it's FIFA is soccer. It's soccer game, right? Oh, but it is FIFA World Cup. Oh, so yeah. I thought I was just making shit up. I don't invent everything, but sometimes I'm just unsure of the things I'm saying. Anyway, that's crazy as fuck to me. But if you got the money, go for it. Who am I to say anything? You don't gotta listen to me. You do what you want to do, baby. use your free will as you would like. Just don't hurt yourself or anybody else in the process. That's all I ask. Sometimes free will is not used. Sometimes I see videos of people using their free will in ways I did not know you could use your free will. And it's amazing because I feel like it sparks something in me. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, humanity. We're so powerful. There's so much we can do. And you just don't know. Like, you see it again, another full circle moment. You don't know what you don't know. That's why you need to explore the world, explore your community. Locally, sure, but if you already know the streets like the back of your hand, go a little bit further. Be careful. Perhaps broad daylight with a buddy, depending on where you are. But I don't know. Talk to some strangers. And like I said, in broad daylight, be safe, but explore a little bit. But be safe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to me yip and yap. We'll get to the chitting and chatting soon again. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just started saying stuff. I definitely have an outro. I don't remember it. That's okay. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Kaylin's Corner. If you want, turn on my notifications and you can get notified every time I upload a new episode. And that's going to be it for today. Until next time, bye. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.